Final Shape is upon us, and Bungie actually just dropped that raid date 3 days after launch. So what are we going to do to get prepped for Final Shape and that raid? Well, I'm going to break down in this video things that I do on my account every year and every important season to kind of get me ready for new content and always be ahead of the game. Remember, not everyone has to prep, but I feel like for people that don't have a lot of time to grind right now, when there's nothing really going on in the game besides grinding Onslaught and Pantheon within the lights, you can do some bounties and do some other little things right now. Get ready for Final Shape. That way you can focus on the new stuff and not have to worry about grinding XP or materials. And when new stuff comes out, you're able to just craft it, get all the juice, and be like, man, I'm real glad I watched Clyde's guide. So let's talk about the TWID. Bungie announced that the raid date is June 7th, and also we're going to be getting some updates with the clan XP bounties. So I do want to point out that join a clan. I have community clans. I have about 20 of them. Just search backpack community. Just come into Twitch chat and be like, hey Clyde, how do I join one of the community clans? Very important, because when you level up in the clan with this new season, raid banners are actually going to cost less. I would definitely spend a lot of legendary shards leading up to Final Shape and buying those raid banners. First clan bounty completed each week grants an exotic engram, so people that need to catch up or hey, just get a god roll exotic is good. Rank 4 raid rotator challenges grant spoils of conquest, and trials wins grant additional rep. Rank 5 will earn you bonus crafted weapon XP from completing ritual playlists, and rank 6 will give you all clan challenges in a week, grants an ascendant alloy, so that's going to help you out with the crafting. All right, so first let's talk about bounties. What bounties are good to keep and which ones aren't so effective with the XP. You want to grab daily bounties, not repeatables, and every single weekly you possibly can in the game. Here's the weekly bounties broken down for you that you can do for each character. You're going to have 4 at the moon, so go talk to Eris Morn, 2 at the lantern, 2 at her. Yes, Eris Morn's XP bounties for the lost sectors and the sorrows do give XP. 1 on the Amuna. For the Vex incursion weekly bounty, you'll be able to grab this per character. Europa has the 4 weeklies, 1 for the lost sector and 3 weeklies for each of the Empire hunts. Really simple to do. Dreaming City has the Ascendant Challenge weeklies and also the Blind Well, which will give you 6 Ascendant Challenge and 1 Blind Well, so that'll put you at 7 weeklies. On the Cosmodrome, go talk to Shahan and you'll be able to get 2 weeklies. One's going to be for public events and the other one's just going to be for weapon kills. There's a Star Horse bounty that you can grab for Dares of Eternity for each class. I do want to point out with milestones. So if you hover over the tower, you'll see that you get a powerful for 8 Gunsmith, 8 Jax bounties, 8 Vanguard, 8 Gambit. There used to be a thing where you couldn't do 8 because you'd lose your powerful. That's not in the game no more. So if you're looking for daily bounties to fill in with that, why not prep those milestones? Usually when I pop bounties on all 3 characters, as soon as I'm done with that campaign grind, I can simply go to the tower and I got powerfuls waiting for me. So I'm just way ahead of the game. So I can focus on the new content and not have to sit there and be like, wow, I got to do these milestones I've done for years. And then your final 8 weekly bounties will be the clan bounties. Now you don't have to do all 8. Me personally, I don't like playing 10 games of Gambit on each character, so I kind of skip those out. Remember, this is just to get you ahead, so if you don't want to fill them up, I get it. You're probably seeing how I only have bounties in my quests here. I abandoned all the quests that aren't really important in the game. Remember, you can simply just go to the tower or go to the helm. There's a quest archive, so you won't lose any progress on any quests, so please clean your inventory up. That way you can hold more bounties. As you see in the bottom corner here, it says 63 total quests and bounty capacity. I usually do 62, 62, 62. That way I got a spot on each character. And if you start Final Shape and it says, hey, you need 2 spots, you can just pop a bounty. It's not a big deal. So again, real quick pop-ups here on screen, just to give you a quick rundown of all those bounties that I talked about. These are going to be per character. 4 for the moon, 1 for Neamuna, 4 for Europa, 7 for Dreaming City, 2 for Cosmodrome, 1 for Dares, and 8 clan bounties. The rest can just be filled in with daily bounties from any vendor. Just make sure they're not repeatable. Next up, those vaults. We got to clean those vaults. They're going to give us 100 more extra slots, but you should just go through your vault. If you got tons of exotics in there, like exotic weapons that you don't use, please clean them out. Clean your stuff, please make some room. It's a lot nicer to know what you have in your vault and you're not just hoarding. But again, I get it. Some people just don't want to get rid of some of their trophies. I'm going to put a list of weapons on screen that Bungie changed in the March 5th TWID, such as the Iron Banner weapons, the Prophecy weapons, all the Onslaught weapons, and more. I'm sure there's a couple I missed, but I'll make sure that they're on screen for you right here. They're all going to be able to be enhanced in Final Shape. So you're going to need a lot of Ascendant alloys. You're going to need a lot of Ascendant shards. Lucky enough, this video was posted on Sunday. It is double nightfall reward, so if you can squeeze in some nightfalls and get that double juice, go for it. But again, getting yourself some ascendant shards and ascendant alloys shouldn't be too bad. I recommend doing onslaught while you're grinding. You do get some on the legend mode, but if you really just want to focus on those upgrade materials, please go and do the coil. It spoils you. Again, I can't stress enough that how important ascendant shards and ascendant alloys are. I do want to point out a nice little strat real quick. When you're at Master Raoul, you can go to his services and do material exchanges. You can take enhancement prisms that you get from Nightfalls. Remember, you can run the ghost mod on your ghost that actually gives you prism harvest. If you run prism harvest, earn bonus enhancement prisms when completing ritual activities, and you're also farming Nightfalls. You can come and buy as many shards as you want. Does it get pricey? Yes, but you can buy as many alloys and shards as you like depending on how many you need. So the special orders does get a cap out here. As you see, I click on it a few times and it's only going to let me buy so many for the week, but hey, still buying those every couple weeks leading up to final shape could really help you out. But I just wanted to show you that it's that easy to get caught up on everything. Now we're going to teach you how to get unlimited enhancement cores. You know, the old blue helmet trick. The reason why I use the helmet, it's just because it's the first thing I see. It's going to cost me 3 enhancement cores and 1 prism. So you're going to need to farm prisms to do this. You can do this from Nightfalls. I've even went in lost sectors and farmed prisms. You can even go in a legendary lost sector and run master with you and 2 friends because you're just like, hey, I want to farm enhancement prisms, and you're doing like 2-minute runs or less. So once you upgrade this to 8, you're going to delete it, and instead of 3, you're going to get 6 back. Really good stonks. You can do that unlimited amounts of time. Easy dub. The Parsifal haul boxes from Dares. Yes, if you have some of those, you can keep them. They helped us level in the past, but I'm not going to tell you to go grind those. So if you don't have them, you don't have to go and really break your back for those. Don't forget seasonal vendor armor. You can hover over in your inventory and see how many engrams you have per vendor. If you want to get some of the old armor or get some of those old weapons, just go pick up a quest item from that vendor and you'll start accumulating those engrams. I can't stress enough that Final Shape's going to have that juicy class item that's going to be able to hold 2 exotic perks. So having 4 pieces of very good rolled legendary gear could really pay off for your builds. Pretty much on all my builds, I just focused my ghost on discipline, and then I just spam engrams and get really good spikes on discipline, recovery, and resilience for my warlock and my titan, and then I try and get that mobility, resilience, and discipline for my hunter. But yeah, just go turn in those engrams because why not? I mean, they're always going to be at your disposal, and you don't need triple 100s, but easily to just go there and get yourself some armor. Don't forget to head on over to Marasov and do those Riven Wishes. I mean, getting those red frame weapons from Last Wish and Cenotaph and Pyrogale exotics for the Titan, very important. So if you haven't done any of those, please go complete all those Riven Wishes and take advantage of free red frames and exotic. Now we're going to talk about how to get those new exotics when Final Shape drops without even having to worry about grinding for those exotic engrams. That's right. Here I'm going to pull up my dim and show you that I have 2 exotic engrams in my postmaster, and I am full on all the engrams in my inventory, so I do have old inventory. I run this lost sector, and when the engram drops, it goes to my postmaster. That is encoded as a lost sector engram, which drops new exotic. So when the new content launches, if Bungie adds a new exotic gauntlet and the lost sector that day is the exotic gauntlet, meaning it's dropping gauntlets that day, you simply just pop these engrams and it will give you the new exotic. Now you do want to make sure that you have all previous exotics unlocked, or it has a chance to drop an old one, but hopefully you're grinding and getting caught up in the game. If not, you can always go do the Vex Strike Force to get the new exotics, or Bungie might tie them to the campaign. We really don't know, but this is just a really good way to prep and get the stuff right away. I always like knowing that when new stuff comes out, I can simply just go get it, test it out, see if I like it, and move on to the next grind, because we're all overwhelmed that first day of new content. Pulling from your season pass, obviously in my season pass, I saved all my deep side harmonizers and I saved all my armor, my gear, and my engrams, just because that's what I do for big installments. But some of you may not know that there is an app plugin for Firefox called Season Pass Pass. You can actually download it. It's really simple. I can pull it up on screen real quick. The plugin's like this. You click on a season that maybe was last season or the season before that, and you can look and see in your season pass if you have any stuff that you didn't previously pull that you can use for getting like a drop, just to level up a little bit, something that drops at base, or an old exotic that you might have forgot about, probably pulled it. But again, I just want to show you a similar tool that we use to kind of pull previous season pass rewards. Using dim to make builds is really simple. You should definitely be familiarized with this. There's D2 armor picker, but also it's nice to just have in dim. Yes, this is dim on Steam. I just used a web browser. This is amazing, but obviously if you're you're not on PC, you can use a laptop or, you know, an app. But loadout optimizer is really simple. Just click on a loadout optimizer, come down here. I'm going to select an exotic. Very simple to just click on any exotic you want, and then click on the subclass. You can customize the subclass with everything that you want, and then just come up here, and I usually click assume masterwork all. Click on those juice or stats that you want, and as soon as you find that 100 build that you're looking for, you can click save loadout or equip. It's that easy. Please get familiarized with that. It could help you a lot because it's going through your vault and seeing what builds that you can make. That way you can switch on the fly. Also, a lot of people don't know this, but you can actually delete your loadouts in game. These old loadouts that you're going into final shape with, I just click here and hit clear slot. It's amazing. Yes, Bungie should put that in game. You shouldn't have to use a third-party website, but hey, you know, it's a little tough. Now I'm going to plug the Discord, discord.gg/GsxrClyde. Really simple to join the server. Click on the link in the description, make friends, built-in LFG in the server. There's literally no one that's going to be rude to you in there. They're always going to help, because if they do, and they're rude or they say some stuff that they're not allowed to say, we're just going to ban them. So make friends, find some clanmates. I can't stress enough, do not play Destiny alone. You will have so much more fun. There's people in the Discord that's playing every week. People will be in there typing on Wednesday like, I'm looking for a friend on Saturday to play raids with. Please go in there, enjoy the game as it's intended, to play with friends and get that sweet loot. Everyone's gonna ask me what I'm gonna do with my legendary shards. I'm probably just, I mean, I have too many, so I'm probably just gonna buy a whole bunch of raid banners and just stack them up in my inventory. Other than that, I mean, I'm not gonna stockpile any glimmer or anything. It's just very annoying. So I'm probably gonna buy, I don't know, probably 1,000 raid banners and then call it a day. Let's talk about the essential weapons from Onslaught and maybe this season. I'm gonna be making a full video on what weapons to bring into final shape. I just felt like of me sitting here telling you every weapon that the community is using or what meta stuff is, people would have just fell asleep. So don't forget about the Brave Arsenal weapons like Mountaintop, Recluse, Edge Transit, Hammerhead for Barons, seasonal weapons like a Pentis Kinetic Trace Rifle for the Warlock so they can run the Cenotaph build, Scatter Signal Fusion Rifle, Semiotician Rocket Launcher, you got the Last Wish Apex Predator Rocket Launcher, then you got the exotic mission rotating weapons each week. A lot of good ones in there, like my favorite auto rifle, Sweet Sorrow, Callous Mini Tool. Those are in the like the Vox Obscura and the rotators. Also, you got exotic weapons that you can craft now that are Whisper. Definitely do your Whisper, and 0 Hour will be releasing at the end of this month. Definitely want to get that Outbreak crafted because it really is fun weapon, cool for GMs when it's like pulse rifles, pulse rifle champion mods. You can literally just run like triple Outbreak and have a lot of fun. Also, it's a very good final stand weapon that we've used previous in raids. Remember, Trials of Osiris weapons, the last week to get the Cataphract, April 23rd, the Messenger, May 14th, Igneous Hammer, the hand cannon, May 21st, Loaded Question, April 23rd, Iron Banner, the pulse rifle, the sniper, the fusion rifle, and the grenade launcher, all last chance on April 30th. Pantheon's going to be huge when it launches. The Raid Gauntlet, you're going to be able to catch up on some exotics, some emblems you didn't have, but also this is really good to get caught up on those spoils. Completing the 4 normal challenge triumphs will give you 30 spoils per triumph, so that's going to be huge. Spoils are definitely hard to farm, especially to find a group. Completing the triumphs with the highest scores and point requirements will drop adept weapons. These will include Smite of Moraine, Quillam's Terminus, Insidious, Acacia's Dejection, Zalo's Bane, and Rufus's Fury. Also, you'll be able to get Deep Sight raid weapons and exotic raid weapons for completing Pantheon, so that's dope. So definitely be paying attention to that upcoming content. Also, Strand fragments, take advantage of unlocking all your Strand and your Stasis subclass right now. Very important to have all that stuff unlocked going into final shape. And then obviously with Onslaught, it's super black. Everyone's gonna be running around with that Superblack Shader. Don't forget about that. But yeah, other than bounty prep and going over everything I just did and double checking your materials and your vaults, hopefully this kind of gave you like a memory kickstart on how to get ready for the new content. Again, I'm going to be going over like all the essential weapons that I want to bring into final shape, some community favorites, my favorites. I just didn't want to put it all in one video. Felt like you guys would have been bored, but again, if you get Apex crafted and you got Sunshot and you get yourself a good kinetic fusion rifle like Riptide, you're pretty much set up. And then all the weapons that have come out with Onslaughts, you know, your Mountaintops, your Midnight Coups, your Recluses, your Hammerheads, your Edge Transits, I mean, you're pretty much solid. You don't need to worry about many weapons you might be missing, but some of you might want to know what weapons to catch up on. So I will be dropping a full weapon guide later this week. So hopefully that can give you the info that you're looking for if you're needing to know what weapons to bring, because a lot of people want to do that. I'm not really going to be going over many builds to get ready for final shape. Obviously we're going to make new ones, but I've uploaded plenty of Onslaught build. Go ahead and enjoy that. Hopefully all these tips and tricks is getting you ready for final shape. Glad I can help you out. Remember, always come into Twitch chat, ask me live. I'm live 6 days a week, and ask me any questions that you have about the guide or stuff that you can do to get ready for Final Shape. Can't wait to experience this crazy grind for Final Shape. It's gonna be pretty insane to unlock all the artifact mods and try out all the new stuff, and also get ready for the raid in just 3 days. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to sub, give it a like, maybe even a comment down below. I'll see you guys next time.